Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mount & Blade Bannerlord. Today we're going to be looking at how to get your first settlement, or in this case a first castle. Usually can take quite a long time to get your first castle, with many failed attempts to having tried to get one. There are multiple different ways you can do this. Whether or not you don't want to join a faction or not, it doesn't really matter. So if you want to go out and never join a faction, never be part of a faction, that's fine. I'm going to cover how to do that as well. But ultimately, yeah guys, instantly, the first way, and probably the easiest way to get yourself a castle or a town, is to join a faction, any faction, it doesn't matter, and join one of their armies, or even by yourself. You can still do it by yourself, it doesn't really matter. But once a settlement is taken, there will be a diplomatic screen where everyone can vote and use their influence to basically be persuaded to be given the castle that's been taken. So you don't actually necessarily have to be part of a siege to take the castle. You can be handed one anyway, as long as you have enough influence and enough sway within the kingdom that you're in. Generally, you need to be in it for a while and have to have contributed a fair amount. But ultimately, yeah, one of the easiest ways you can get a castle is just to simply be given one by the faction that you serve. However, that being said, that castle is then pretty much bound to that faction, so it's not really yours, it's half yours, half that faction's. You can still keep it, and you can leave that faction and keep the castle. However, in doing so, once you leave, they will automatically, so if I went and left the kingdom and I had a castle under my command, they would automatically declare war on me and try and take it back, which is the last thing I want. So being part of a faction, yeah, you might get a settlement faster, and this might lead to having more income, to be able to have more men, to put more men in a garrison, and just generally have more troops, and a bit of a base to yourself. However, this isn't the way to start a kingdom, because the last thing you want to do is leave with your castle and then just instantly lose it and be attacked by the very faction that gave it to you. So although this is one way you can do it, you can join that faction, you can get given a castle. It's the easiest way. It's definitely, without a doubt, it's the easiest way. But for most of you probably want to go out there by yourself, and you think, you know what, I want a castle and I don't want to be tied to anyone, I want it to be mine. And that's what we're going to go through now. So we're going to walk through what you need to look for and how generally to go about taking a castle when you're on your own. So first thing you want to do, obviously, is you want to scout. Unfortunately for me, I'm already at war with the Sturgeons in this playthrough, so I'm going to use them as my example, but I don't have to. I could go around the map, I could search every single castle, and I could look who's got a very small garrison. The one I'm looking at has got a very high garrison, so it's not the best example. This is the last thing you want to do. I'm confident that I can take this because it's only just recently been taken, and I know my capabilities as well as the capabilities of the troops that they have. So I'm quite comfortable in saying that I can take that castle with 85 troops with 216. But that's not how I want you to do it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump to another one that's more suitable, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, as you can see here, we've gone pretty much all the way from this side of the map to the other side of the map. But with the same faction, we found a castle relatively, you want to go for one that's on the borders, as far away. If you don't want to go in the centre, even if it's got a low garrison, it just means that you're going to be attacked constantly while you're trying to build up your siege camps and your siege equipment. So all the way over here, we've got a nice little castle with 90 defenders, 5 more men than we have in our party. Now, even though they obviously have the walls and the siege engines at their defence, that doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, the main things you want to look for, go for a settlement that's on the borders, away from the centre of their kingdom, where they have all their armies amassed, all their parties roaming about, ready to attack you as you're building up your siege camp. So once you've found that settlement, once you've found a nice weak one, again, this is so much easier when you're not at war with a faction. So you've got to decide on which faction you want to go to war with. Pick a nice, easy castle on the borders, far away as possible. Could be anywhere. It could be like this one here, right on the border of the Azerai Empire. I know there's a city there, but because it's not in the centre, you're relatively safe. And if you need to, you can always run away and come back. So it's always better to go for those little border castles. But check the garrisons. And then once you've found that one, obviously find a way to declare war on that faction, and then begin the assault. So we're going to go ahead and go into this castle, and we're going to just straight up besiege it. I'm going to get everything ready, and then I'll see you in a moment. Okay guys, here we go. So we've built our siege camp. Now, this is one of the most important things. So when you don't own any land, when you're not a kingdom yet, or if you're on your own, especially if you're on your own, you want to be as fast as you can when attacking these castles. Now it'd be perfect if we could get our siege engines built up and start using these. You know, get some trebuchets, take out their defences, maybe even take down their walls, or get some siege engines up to break into the castle. But sometimes you just don't have the time. As you can see, I've already got somebody waiting to attack me. Now he's not going to attack me because my strength is just higher than his, so he's not going to risk it alone. But if any other parties come and join him, then I'm screwed because I'll be massively outnumbered. So how we're going to do it, and what we want to do, is attack the castle without any siege equipment, without any battering rams, without any siege towers, without taking their walls out. Luckily they've built catapults, so they've only managed to build one in the time that they've been given. So 89 against 101 men, quite a decent force, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and let's go for it, guys. So remember, we've taken on a castle very much at the border. Our faction is at war with them, so that's a good way to distract them. Again, I should have done this without being in a faction. This would have gone the same way. So Sturgia would still be at war with the Empire, and they'd be distracted either way. So I am on my own, doing this on my own. I'm not receiving any help from anyone. I'm just what I'm trying to show you how to do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to lead the assault here. Right, boys, as you can see, this is the siege battle page. So all of these little X's at the front mark our ranged siege engines, and all these ones at the back are obviously our siege towers and battering rams, as well as the other siege tower that we can have. So we have no equipment because what we wanted to do was attack the settlement as quickly as we possibly could to avoid any reinforcements, so that we could actually capture the castle and make it ours, so that then if we needed to, we could at least defend from behind the enemy walls, rather than assault them out in the open field. Obviously that's going to put us at a massive disadvantage. Luckily for us, we're pretty much even on the amount of troops, but otherwise we only have some ladders in two positions that we can use to assault the enemy walls. We could go for the gate, but it would take forever to break through, so it's just not a viable tactic for us, really. We could commit to it, but we'd probably lose more men, and wouldn't be very well off by the time we actually made it through. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to assault this little tower that's sticking out, hopefully with their positions of the catapult. So what we've got to do is we've got to try and work around how the enemy fortification works itself. So we don't want those catapults to hit our men, and it looks like they're going to be mostly shooting down here. So if we assault this side, hopefully their catapults can't hit the troops that we have as we're assaulting it. So we're going to go ahead and try and assault from that side. Just get everyone to move up out of the way of those catapults immediately. Those first shots can be very, very deadly.
Forward!
It sounds like they missed their first lot. Second one hit, only took out 2, so that's okay. We can live with that. We just need everyone to get out of the way.
Forward!
Quickly as possible.
Archers, forward! Horse!
Ah, seriously. What was that? Somehow the catapult managed to hit us here. So we were protected, clearly not. Let's try and take out their little archers here. Little annoying guys. First. Hopefully we can. That's one. Hopefully we can get rid of that other one. Don't think our archers are firing themselves. There we go, there's another one down. Looks like a whole lot more of them seriously joining the fight. Let's get you guys in shield walls. Stop how much damage the enemy's doing to you. Yeah, we want to keep getting these ladders up as much as we possibly can. Don't know why they're changing their formations.
Infantry!
I told you to go here and you're moving by yourself. Come on, boy. It looks like they're hitting their own castle. It's not too bad for us. They'll carry on doing that. Should be okay. I don't know who the hell just shot me with that hurt. That's coming from all the way over there. Yeah. Oh, that's right in the way. There we go. Let's get him to drop that. Archers are not firing at all. They're not being very useful here. Miss, come on. That's what they're firing at. Let's just get these ladders back up. God damn, that is hitting close. There we go, their infantry's trying to push and hit me here. Just hope they don't push it off. Whoa. They seem to be shooting very close. If I could somehow persuade them to fire where I am. I don't know if they're firing, I think they're firing at their men. Oh my god, it worked. Okay, we can manipulate their forces to shoot their own forces. They're trying to hit my men down here and they're hitting their own tower. If we just wait this out, see if it works again. Because if this works, then oh my god. We're going to take it a lot easier. Oh wow. Yep, I'd say that worked. They still have a lot of men, so don't get me wrong. This might not do everything that we want it, but this is a start. Even if this just clears the tower, as long as we can get, as soon as we get our men in the castle, we've won. The problem is getting them in. We just have to find that opening. You have to be patient, you have to take your time. Yep, they're hitting their own men, okay, we can just take our time here, we should just chill out, relax, let them kill their own men, until we get that opportunity to climb up in. They've still got a lot of men on that side as well, so we don't have an opening over there yet either. I don't know how many archers we've got. Might need to try and put my men here maybe. Convince it, because it seems to be firing at that side, so I think I need to move my men a little bit further. Just don't want them to actually get hit. Any problem. Maybe if I do that, that might be a better angle for the catapult. Or slightly left. If we just move you there a little bit to the left. Angling my own men to use the enemy's catapult. It's a tactic. But we've just got to find any way that we can to get in. Like, if you have just slightly more men than me, then this will be a lot easier for you. I'm lacking in a certain number of troops, and the enemy in this scenario is quite good quality. This isn't a militia garrison. Wow, that was close. This is a full-on garrison, so all these troops have been left behind by other armies, so they're very good quality. In most cases, when you assault a castle, the quality of troop will be much, much lower. They'll just be militia. Very easy, very easy to deal with and get through. In my case, unfortunately, they're not. There we go, that's the hit we were waiting for. Right, hopefully we can get some troops up now. I just want to wait for the next shot and then we'll be all good to go. Go, 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 go. That's it, that's it, that's it. I need to get off this ladder. I'm pretty much ready to die. Right. Now's not the time for this. God damn it, I suppose. Come on, they can push up that side, I can get in. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. That's it, we're on the way. Watch out for that catapult, it looks like it's about to fire. Oh my god, go, go, go! Okay, now we need to take out the enemy catapult. There we go. Now we're pushing forward, now we've pushed them back. Take out that catapult, come on boys. You go ahead, I do not have the hold for this. There we go, securing the fort. The rest of our men are climbing up. We've managed to secure one catapult. We don't have to worry about that threat anymore. And we can cut off all of their archers. Stop them from being a problem. Go ahead and even secure the other side of ladders as well. Just in case we've got any men, which it doesn't look like we have, who are stupid enough to go the side that the rest of us didn't. There's always some, don't worry, there'll always be some. Finish off their archers, they're the only threat to us. Looks like that's it. Probably a couple of archers, maybe a couple of infantry hiding away somewhere, possibly in those towers. But that is it, we've captured the fort. With massive thanks to the enemy siege equipment, we have captured the enemy fortress. And we can go ahead and even open the gate just in case we have any troops. Oh wow, there they are. All the enemies were stuck inside there. If you're wondering how, as Fury just walked over that hole and not realised it was there, and falling down. That's how they got in there. So we could go and open the other gate, but not needed. We've won. We've taken the castle, like, finally. If we had more men, this would have been a much easier process, but that is how you do it, guys, when you have a small force, and if you're trying to be quick. It is possible, it can be done early game, even with a small force. You just got to use the enemy to your advantage. In this case, I know I had the support of the enemy siege equipment, but as you can see, they had a lot more of a garrison, so they had very, very good quality troops, whereas in most cases you're not going to find this. You're going to find it's just militia with a very, very small garrison, so it's going to be a lot easier usually. But yeah, they had some very high quality troops in defending this fortress, which is not good for me. But yeah, that is how it's done. So once we press done, we'll go ahead and this castle is ours. That is our castle. Had we built siege equipment, again it would have been so much easier, but you just lack the you will get attacked as you're building siege equipment, because they pretty much take as long as it takes to build an actual camp. And yeah, the longer you wait, also the more siege equipment the enemy will have. So that is how you do it, guys. If we weren't part of the Empire, that would be ours. That would have fallen under our command. But in this case, it is now belongs to the Empire. And there should become very shortly a debate in who gets it. It usually takes a little while before it pops up. But yeah. Oh, they might have already decided. But it belongs to the leader at the start. So that's what happens if you're in an Empire. And if they give it to you, so you, yeah, if you can take it by yourself, but if they give it to you, then obviously you have the option of leaving or keeping it. And just building up your forces using it as a base. But that is basically it, guys. That is how you take a fortress early on and easily. You don't have to have an army. You don't have to, build all the siege equipment. You can do it without it. But yeah, I mean, obviously building the siege equipment is going to make it a hell of a lot easier. The bigger the army you have, make it easier. I'd recommend going about 100 troops. Once you've got around 100 men, that's when you should start thinking about taking castles. And make sure they're good quality men. Try and keep a good mix of infantry to archers. For assaulting a castle, obviously I think you're going to want more infantry than archers. For sure. But yeah, that's how you do it, guys. I hope this has helped. I hope this answers some of the questions. I know it just might not be the best thing ever, but it's just a general basic guide on how you can do it early game. It's just a little tip on how the siege works, how the siege mechanic works, and how you can take a settlement. Just also as well, just a bit of information about what settlements to look for as your first one. Even if it's not the culture you want, you just look for somewhere to start. Look for a little base, because now what we can do using this castle is keep putting troops into a garrison and build up a really, really big force. We can hide prisoners here, and it's going to give us an income, so it helps for the development stage of the game as well. But I hope this has helped, guys. I really do. If you've got any suggestions, questions, tips, anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. I've now got a Discord server running, so that should be in the banner. Follow that link and then join me on Discord as well. So if you've got any other questions, you can ask me on there too. But otherwise, that's it. I will see you in the next one, guys. If you've got any more ideas or want to see any more guides, then let me know on that as well, obviously. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.